Hi guys, in this presentation we shall learn about how if condition works. Okay, so many people know how to use if, right? If this condition is true, then execute these statements. If this condition is false, then go to else and execute these statements. But my interest in this video is how exactly if condition works. Like if we have given a condition, then how it knows whether to go here or here. That is the main interest for in this video. Okay, so in order to understand that, I need to tell some basic rules. Okay, here rules for subtraction. So why I'm telling these rules for subtraction, we'll get to know. First we'll see if 0 is subtracted with 0, answer is 0. Okay, let's neglect this case. 1 is subtracted with 0, answer is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, so in this condition, like normal subtraction, we have to borrow the 1 from the higher order. Okay, so these are the rules which we have to follow while doing subtraction. You can see here x is in 1 and I'm checking the condition. If x is greater than 7, which means if 1 is greater than 7, then do this or do this. Okay, so this is a simple case. Now we'll see what happens in assembly language. It's a program, right? So we have to see and understand what happens. Okay, first, in my previous lecture I already said that this is nothing but a base pointer in which we have to use this offset so that we can reach the actual address. Okay, for example, let it be RBP is 1004. Okay, now in this 1000 I have to do is 1000 minus 4. So at the location of 1000, I need to store the value 1. Okay, so that is what this instruction says. Okay, that is what, so this is equivalent to this instruction. Okay, now here we are using CMP, nothing but we have to compare. Okay, so internally what happens is, so whenever you give internally some conditions, so what happens is it will subtract one from each another. So how, see here 7 is subtracted with 4 of base pointer, which means this value. Okay, so internally what happens is 1 minus 7 will be done and this result is minus 6. Okay, just remember this result minus 6. So here after this statement JLE, jump if less than or equal to. So if this is less than or equal to 0, what this statement means. Okay, if this is less than or equal to 0, is it true? Yes, this is true condition, right? So I have to jump to the location called L2. Okay, you see where is L2? Here is the L2, right? So in this L2 you can see that we have to move 200 value to the location pointed by the this value, which means RBP is 1004, 1000 minus 4 is 1000. So I have to store 200 in 1000 location. So 200. Okay, now we'll check this. 1 is greater than 7. Is it true or false? It's false, right? So ultimately we're storing 200. So 200. Okay, so I hope you understood how this works. Okay, so basically what we'll do is, in this condition we subtract the value, according to that value we'll reach the location where to store. Okay, if you can see that if the condition is false, then we'll directly storing the 100 to that value. That is what we are doing here. Okay, so internally this much happens. Okay, now the basic question is how this is checked, how this value is checked whether it is less than 0 or equal to 0, how it is done. Assembly language is a platform dependent language, which means for every platform it is differs. Okay, so there is no generalized a language assembly. In this I'm going to give you a gist how exactly this works. Okay, a basic idea. Okay, for example, consider a number like, so consider a number like 0 1 1 1 and 1 1 1. Okay, so if you subtract using the operations, using the rules which I have said in the above, you can see 1 minus 1 is 0 0 0. Here 0 minus 1 cannot be subtracted, so I have to place it, I have to borrow 1 here from here. Okay, this makes the carry flag as 1. And if the answer suppose 1 0 means 2, 2 minus 1 is 1, right? So So this is the answer, right? So by performing the operations, some of the flags will be affected, or you can say that will be updated. Okay, for example, these all the values are 0, then this flag will be set. So there are so many flags like overflow flag, signed flag, or there are n number of flags are there. By combining all these flags, we get to know whether it is greater than equal to, less than equal to, or 0. Okay, so for example, let us take a small condition. If I say that 2's value is 0 1 0 and 1's value is 0 0 1, if I do subtraction, this is the answer, right? You can see that this is not 0 and there is no borrow also there, so these flags will remain 0, so which states us it's a positive value. Okay, for example, if 1 minus 2 is there, then what happens, we'll see. Then 1 minus 0 will be 1 and 0 minus 1, we have to borrow 1 from the higher order. Here also not there, we have to borrow from here, which makes this carry flag as 1. 1 minus 2 minus 1 is 1. Here also 1 will be there. 1 minus 0 will be 1. So all ones are there. All ones means minus 1. Okay, 2 1 minus 2 also minus 1. Okay, so we got here a negative number, right? The what is the value of this? It's a 1, right? Neglect the sign, value is 1, so 0 flag will be 0. So we can say that if the carry flag is 1 and the 0 flag is 0, then we can say that it is a negative number. Okay, so I'm giving a gist. Okay, it depends on the processor to processor, right? And for somehow if this value is also 1, for some example like 2 minus 2, then I'll get the 0 flag as 1 and this carry flag as 0, which makes we know that okay, the value is 0. So we'll get back to the question there. After this operation, whatever we get the result, upon that result we will update the value. Not we will update, the processor will update the values in a status flag. So using that status flag, this operation will be done. Okay, this JLE operation, jump if less than equal to operation, will be done. Okay, so you can say the jump plus this operation is done based on the status registers. Okay, so after comparing operation, the flags are updated. By using that flag, this will jump. Okay, now we'll try with a different example and see. If I replace x less than 7, then 1 less than 7 is true condition, and we have to store the 100 in the value of x. First, the value 1 is stored in the pointer, right? So 1 is stored, and then we have to subtract this value from this value, which means 1 minus 6, which means minus 5. You may think that if this is 7, then why it is here 6 here? It is less than 7, not less than or equal to. If it is less than or equal to, then we'll get here 7. If it is less than, then we'll get here 6. Okay, so now here minus 5 is the result value. So according to this value, all the registers, okay, which are responsible will be set. Okay, for example, CF, which means of carry flag will be set, 0 flag will be 0. Okay, 0 flag will be, and so on and so forth. Okay, by seeing all these registers, this will take a decision. Okay, now we got the value as minus 5. Now see, jump if greater, if minus 5 is greater than 0, is it true or false? It's false, right? So this statement will not be executed. Then it will come to here, move the value 100 to a location called this location, right? So this location is updated with 100. Okay, after this, jump to location minus L4, and here it will stop. Okay, so after this execution, x will be stored with 100. Here also we got the value as 100. Okay, so this is how internally this conditions works. Now I'm going to write an interesting case. Okay, what happens if I don't give any condition? For example, see, what happens if there is no condition here, only I placed a value 1. Okay, then what will happen? Okay, we'll see. Here 1 is stored in this location, fine, and we have internally it takes 0 as an input. Okay, so it will be like 1 minus 0. 1 minus 0 is an positive value, which is of 1, right? According to this, internally it will do the operations and it will get to know, okay, it is a positive value. Okay, now here we can see jump if it is equal to, so what it is equal to, jump if it is equal to 0, is this value is equal to 0? No, it is not equal to 0, then it will come to here. Okay, here you can see that 100 is stored in the variable, 100 is stored in this point, in that pointer, right? So this value is updated with 100. Okay, in this condition if it is 1, then this condition is satisfied. So that is what we have observed, right? Again, if I say that if it is 2, then here 2 minus 0, again if not is equal to 0, 3, 4, 5, any number we put here, this condition will be satisfied except the only value is 0. If it is 0 minus 0, then the value will be 0, right? If the value is 0, then jump equal to, if equal to 0, yes it is true, then jump to L2. Where is L2? Here L2, and 200 is moved. So you can say that any number which is non-zero, any number which is non-zero, see, if I place 1 2 4 8 minus 1 minus 2, any number, this condition is satisfied. So you can say that any non-zero number, any non-zero number is an true value. Okay, if I put 0 here, this condition is failed and this condition works. Okay, so this is how internally if condition works. Whenever you get an if condition, so simply internally how it works is, first it will compare. Okay, after the comparison, appropriate registers will be updated. Okay, there will be an appropriate action will be taken using the jump instructions. Okay, so this is how the flow works in the if condition. So now if you know that why a true value is considered as a non-zero value and false value considered as zero value. Okay, if you understand this concept, then in this can be applied. Okay.